Be me, name is Daniel. 38, software engineer in Seattle. Married to Sarah, 36F, for 8 years now. We met in grad school, both ambitious and career-focused. She's a nonprofit director, passionate about social justice. Our early years together were great. Both building careers, supporting each other's goals. Got married at 30, moved to Seattle for my job. She found position at women's advocacy organization. First few years of marriage were solid. We were partners in every sense. Split housework, split finances, split decisions. Both working long hours, but making time for each other. Then, around year 4, things started shifting. Sarah got promoted to director of her organization. Her hours got longer, stress levels increased. She was bringing work home constantly. Passionate about her mission, I respected that. But slowly our dynamics started changing. I'd come home, and she'd still be on laptop, working on grant proposals or program reports. I'd make dinner, she'd eat while typing. We'd sit on couch in evening, both on devices, barely talking except about logistics. Did you pay the water bill? Your mom called about Thanksgiving. Can you pick up groceries tomorrow? Our conversations became purely transactional. Year 5 and intimacy dropped off significantly. We went from couple times a week to couple times a month. Then monthly, then every few months. She was always tired, always stressed. I tried initiating but got rejected so often. Eventually, I just stopped trying. Felt like I was bothering her. She never initiated, never showed interest. Just seemed relieved when I stopped asking. Year 6, and I suggested couples counseling. She said we didn't need it. We're fine, just busy with work. Every couple goes through phases. We just need to get through her organization's busy season. But the busy season never ended. There was always another grant deadline. Another program launch, another crisis. Her work was genuinely important. Helping women, fighting inequality. How could I complain about that? Year 7, and we're basically roommates. We share a house, split bills, coordinate schedules, divide household tasks. But there's no emotional intimacy. No physical intimacy. No real partnership beyond logistics. We don't fight, which somehow makes it worse. Fighting would mean we still cared enough to argue. We're just polite and distant. Like co-workers sharing an apartment. I throw myself into my work. Take on extra projects, work late. Come home to empty house, or Sarah on her laptop. We exchange pleasantries and retreat to separate activities. My friends notice, but don't say anything. Her friends probably think we're fine. We're good at maintaining appearances. Social media shows happy couple, but behind closed doors we're strangers. Year 8, and something breaks. It's a random Tuesday evening in October. I come home from work around 7. Sarah's at dining table with her laptop, as usual. Grant proposal due Friday. She barely looks up. I make dinner for both of us, like I do most nights. She eats while typing, thanks me absently. After dinner I do dishes while she keeps working. Move to living room, I turn on a show. She brings laptop to couch, sits far end. We're 3 feet apart, but might as well be miles. Around 10 p.m., she closes laptop finally. Stretches, mentions she's exhausted. I nod, say nothing. She looks at me for a moment, then asks, "Are you okay?" I'm surprised. She rarely asks anymore. Yeah, I'm fine, just tired. She's quiet for a minute, then says, "I feel like we're disconnected lately." I almost laugh at the understatement. Yeah, we are. She looks upset, like she just noticed. When did this happen? She asks. I want to say it's been years. But I just shrug, I don't know. She seems bothered by this conversation. Says we should talk more, be more intentional. I agree, but don't believe anything will change. We've had this conversation before. Nothing changes, we just keep drifting. Few days later, Friday night. She finished her grant proposal. Says we should do something together. Reconnect, spend quality time. I suggest movie, she agrees. We go to theater, watch some drama, sit through it in silence. After the movie, she asks if I want to get drinks. Sure, why not? We go to bar near her house. Order drinks, sit in booth. Conversation is stilted, awkward. We talk about the movie, then work, then random topics. Nothing deep, nothing real. After second drink, she gets serious. I feel like you've checked out of our marriage. Like you treat me like a roommate, not a wife. I sit with this for a moment. She's not wrong, but hearing her say it stings. I don't know what to say. She continues, we used to be so connected. What happened to us? I take a long drink. Consider deflecting, changing subject. But I'm tired of pretending. You want to know what happened? She nods, eyes getting teary. Yes, I want to understand. I take a breath. You stopped being my wife about 3 years ago. She looks shocked. What do you mean? I mean you stopped making time for us. Everything became about your work, your mission. I tried to be supportive, but you stopped seeing me as a priority. She's defensive immediately. My work is important. I know, I say, I've never questioned that. But a marriage needs more than parallel lives. She's quiet, processing. I continue, when's the last time you initiated sex? Or even kissed me without me initiating? When's the last time you asked about my day? And actually listened to the answer. When's the last time we had a conversation? That wasn't about logistics or your work. She's crying now. I feel bad, but I can't stop. I've been holding this in for years. I tried to talk to you, I say. I suggested counseling, you said we didn't need it. I tried to plan dates, you were always too busy. I tried to be intimate, you rejected me so many times. Eventually, I just gave up. She's sobbing quietly. The bar is busy enough, no one notices.
I didn't realize, she says.
I thought we were okay. I shake my head gently. We're not okay. We haven't been for years. You've been so focused on your work, on helping everyone else, that you forgot you have a husband. She wipes her eyes, mascara smudged. I never meant to make you feel invisible. I know, I say, and I believe that. But intent doesn't change impact. I've felt invisible for 3 years. Like I'm just the person who pays half the mortgage and makes dinner and does laundry. Not someone you love or desire or even like. She's silent now, completely still. This is the silence I've been living in. The silence of being unimportant. After a long moment, she asks quietly, do you still love me? I consider lying. But what's the point? I don't know anymore, I say honestly. I love who you were. I love the memory of what we had. But I don't know the person you've become. Someone who puts everything before their marriage. Who treats their partner like an afterthought. She's crying harder now. I'm not trying to be cruel. She asked for the truth. I'm tired of pretending everything's fine. We sit in silence for several minutes. Finally, she asks, what do you want to do? I sigh, I don't know. Part of me wants to fix this. Part of me thinks it's too broken. Do you even want to fix it? I ask. Because fixing it requires actual effort. Not just saying we should try harder, but actually prioritizing us over work. Making time, making effort, making changes. She nods, I want to try.
I'm skeptical.
I've heard this before. After every conversation about our problems. She says she'll try. Things improve for a week. Then she's back to working late, being distant. The pattern repeats. I tell her this, gently but honestly. You say you'll try, but nothing changes. Your work always takes priority. I can't keep being the only one fighting for this marriage. She's quiet again. Then asks, why didn't you tell me sooner? How bad it was. I almost laugh. I did tell you multiple times. You said we were fine, just busy. You dismissed my concerns. Made me feel like I was overreacting. She looks genuinely surprised. I didn't mean to dismiss you. But you did, I say. Every time I tried to talk about us, you redirected to work stress. Or said we'd deal with it later. Later never came. We pay the tab and drive home in silence. Inside the house, we stand in kitchen, both unsure what happens next. She asks if I'm going to leave. I don't know, I say, honestly. I need time to think. She nods, crying again. I go upstairs to guest room. Sleep there for the first time in our marriage. Not out of anger, just out of exhaustion. I'm tired of sharing a bed with someone who doesn't want to be close to me. Next morning is Saturday. I wake up to Sarah knocking on guest room door. Can we talk? She asks. I let her in. We sit on the bed. She looks like she didn't sleep. I've been thinking all night, she says. You're right about everything. I've been so focused on my work that I neglected you. I nod, waiting. I want to fix this, she continues. But I don't know how. I take a breath. First, you need to decide if you actually want to. Not just say you want to, but genuinely prioritize our marriage. That means setting boundaries at work, coming home at reasonable hours, being present when you're home, making time for us. She nods, I can do that. I'm not convinced, but I don't argue. Second, we need counseling. Not maybe later, now. She agrees immediately. Okay, I'll find someone this week. Third, I say, you need to understand. I've been alone in this marriage for years. That doesn't heal overnight. I'm hurt. I'm distant. I'm checked out. Even if you change, I might not come back. This isn't a guarantee. She starts crying again. I understand, she says. I just want a chance to try. Over the next few weeks, things shift slightly. She actually finds a therapist. We start going to sessions every week. She makes effort to come home earlier. Actually closes her laptop in evenings. We have conversations that aren't just logistics. It's awkward at first. We're out of practice. But slowly we remember how to talk. Month 2 of trying. Therapist asks about intimacy. Sarah admits she's felt disconnected physically. Work stress killed her libido. She hasn't made effort because she hasn't felt desire. Not because she doesn't love me. Therapist asks if she's willing to work on that. Sarah says yes, but seems uncomfortable. I realize she's been avoiding intimacy. Not just with me, but with herself. Using work to avoid dealing with anything personal. Month 3, and we're making slow progress. She's home by 7 most nights. We cook dinner together sometimes. Watch shows together, without devices. The emotional connection is slowly returning. But physical intimacy is still absent. She says she needs more time. I'm trying to be patient. But I'm also protecting myself. Not fully investing in case this doesn't work. Month 4, and something changes. Sarah comes home early one Friday. Says she wants to try being intimate. It's awkward. We're both nervous. Like first time all over again. It's not great, honestly. Too much pressure. Too many expectations. But it's something, it's a start. After she cries, says she feels like she failed. I hold her, tell her it's okay. We're rebuilding, it takes time. Month 5, and therapist asks me directly, do you want this marriage to work? I'm honest, I don't know yet. Part of me does. Part of me is just going through motions, waiting to see if change is real or temporary. Sarah looks hurt hearing this. But therapist says it's honest. That I've been hurt for years. My hesitation is protective, not vindictive. Month 6, and we have breakthrough in therapy. Sarah finally admits what I suspected. She threw herself into work to avoid dealing with personal stuff. Her organization's mission felt more important than her own life and marriage. Helping other women felt meaningful, while her own relationship felt mundane. She says this crying. I chose saving the world over saving us. And I thought that was noble. But really it was just avoidance. This is the most honest she's been. I appreciate it even though it hurts. Month 8, and things are genuinely better. Not perfect, but better. She's kept boundaries at work. We have weekly date nights. Physical intimacy is happening regularly. Not just duty sex, actual connection. I'm still guarded though. Still waiting for her to slip back into old patterns. Still protecting my heart. Therapist says this is normal. Trust takes time to rebuild. One evening we're on couch watching movie. She pauses it midway through. Says she has something to tell me. My heart drops. Here it comes. Whatever bad news she's been holding. She takes my hand. I know you're still not sure about us. I can feel you holding back. I nod. I am. She continues, I don't blame you. I hurt you for years. Took you for granted. Treated our marriage like it didn't matter. You have every right to be cautious. I'm quiet, letting her finish.
But I want you to know, she says.
I'm not going anywhere. Even if you decide to leave eventually, I'm going to keep showing up. Keep trying, keep choosing us. Because I finally understand what I almost lost. This hits me harder than expected. I start crying. First time in months. She holds me while I cry. For the years I felt invisible. For the loneliness in my own marriage. For the part of me that still hurt. Year 9, and we're still in therapy. Still working on us. It's not the marriage we started with. That one is gone. But we're building something new. More honest, more intentional. She's kept her boundaries at work. I've slowly started opening back up. Letting myself trust again. Letting myself hope. We still have hard days. Sometimes she works late, and I panic, wondering if she's slipping back. Sometimes I'm distant, and she worries that I've already decided to leave. But we talk through it now. Don't let it fester like before. One Saturday morning we're having coffee. She asks if I regret staying. I think about it honestly. No, I don't regret trying. I regret the years we lost. But I don't regret giving us a chance. She smiles, me neither. Then asks, do you love me again? I consider this carefully.
Yeah, Ido.
Not the same way as before. But maybe in a better way. More realistic, less naive. Built on choice, not just feeling. She starts crying happy tears. I've been so scared you wouldn't come back. That I'd lost you permanently. I'm still here, I say. Still choosing to be here. That's all we can do. Anyway, that's my story. About treating my wife like a roommate. And finally telling her why. About years of disconnection and hurt. About whether love is enough. When someone stops showing up, we're still rebuilding. Still learning how to be partners again. It's hard work. Harder than the early years when everything was easy. But maybe that's what marriage actually is. Not the easy passion of new love, but the hard choice to keep showing up. Even when you're hurt. Even when you're unsure. Even when it would be easier to leave. I don't know if we'll make it long term. I'm not naive enough to promise forever. But we're trying. And for now, that's enough.